Hello and welcome to our final presentation on Churchill Downs. The following presentation is going to give some history, analyses, and other information about Churchill Downs and how we believe they can be a more successful company.
Alrighty, my name is Taylor Harbertson and I'm doing the company overview section of this presentation. I'm going to be starting off with the background, just talking about their mission, Churchill Downs mission, values, and objectives. They do try to provide a unique, thrilling experiences for their customers when it comes to horse racing, online gambling, and bet placing. They do their best, and they do a pretty fantastic job of maintaining integrity, excellence, honesty, teamwork, and customer centricity in such a tough field that it's hard to maintain those values. And they've gotten great feedback and results when it comes to maintaining that, which is pretty amazing. They do try to maintain and grow its status as a leading racing and gaming company throughout strategic investments, innovative practices, and exceptional customer service, which is what you want to see in a company like as big as Churchill Downs. So some products and services they offer. They do have the famous Kentucky Derby, which they've been hosting for quite a long time. Probably one of, if not the most famous horse races in the entire world. They have the online horse racing, sports betting, and gaming platform called Twin Spires, which they established semi recently. Other racetracks and casinos that they have Arlington Park, Fairgrounds Racecourse, and casinos across various states as well that are pretty well known. So some history. 1875, their first racetrack opened. 1944, just towards the end of World War II, they actually became incorporated as Churchill Downs Incorporated as a real company basically. They finally became publicly traded on the Nasdaq in 1993 under the symbol CHDN, which is actually pretty early when it comes to being openly traded on the Nasdaq, since the stock market opened up, not too far sooner. 2007, they acquired America TAB, Bloodstock Research Information Services, and the Racing Channel. 2010, they launched their Twin Spires online gaming casino that I talked about earlier. 2014, acquired Big Fish Games. 2017, acquired social casino company Ruby 7 Studios, and then most recently in 2022, they acquired a significant stake in Rivers Casino. As you can see, kind of throughout time, especially in the 2000s, they've constantly been trying to expand, to work to expand their customer base, to working on real estate as well. And so they're definitely always in the mix when it comes to expanding. So some locations for their services and classifications. As you can see on the left, they have, their headquarters are in Kentucky. They have racetracks in Kentucky, Illinois, and Louisiana. The casinos they have as well are Illinois, Mississippi, and Maine. And they also have the online gaming headquarters. Twin Spires is in San Francisco, California. On the right are their primary and secondary SIC codes, NAICS code as well. They have their stock symbol, which is the CHDN, like I had spoken about earlier, and the CU SIP number. Quick summary, like I said, they are famous for the Kentucky Derby. They have multiple betting platforms that are fun and easy to use, that do incorporate honesty and legitimacy in their business, and they do try to diversify away not just from horse racing but online betting, gaming, and even real estate as well. So, and to end this, I do want to give a quick performance analysis. So, just looking at revenue growth, they've been consistent over the past 5 years, even through COVID, which is probably why they focus more on their online gaming industry, was because of COVID. But their profit margins are stable. Their margins are comparable to their big competitors in horse track racing, betting, and such. Investor performance, their stock price is generally strong, usually outperforms actually their competitors and the S&P 500. They mostly do buy ratings indicating positive market confidence, just with the reviews they receive, the amount of business that they attain. They do have positive market confidence in that. Customer performance, they usually have a high satisfaction, especially for things like the activities or events such like the Kentucky Derby, the Twin Spires platform, but they have mixed reviews for some of their casinos. So I think they can definitely improve there when it comes to some of the rules that they have in their casinos and the way they run business. I know casinos is a shady business and it's tough to maintain that honesty and integrity, but they are definitely trying their best. They generally have better customer satisfaction compared to their competitors as well, which is good because it is a very tough industry for customer satisfaction when people are losing their money and not having a great time doing it. Uh, Employee performance, their workplace rankings, they're frequently listed among the best companies to work for in the industry. Their employees like working there. They have good benefits. They do enjoy their job. There only are a few major labor disputes or lawsuits, not as many as you would think in this type of industry, so that's good to see as well. Stockholder satisfaction, they are recognized for sustainability efforts, particularly at their various racetracks. They are also active in charitable activities and community support programs, so they're not just keeping everything to themselves. They are reaching out and helping their communities through various charitable activities, which is awesome to see in this kind of industry as well.
Churchill Downs Inc. offers a number of products and services in their business. The main one they're known for is racing. They're famous for the Kentucky Derby. They also, on top of that, had added to it, and they offer casinos and historic racing machines and online wagering for people who like to bet on the races to be able to capitalize on the money that people are betting on in those situations. And they also have some real estate properties. And all of that has led to a lot of growth. They've continued to grow year over year the past few years, and they are at 2.4 billion, which is up from 1.8 billion in 2022, the year before. Their EBITDA increased by 130 million in 2023 compared to 2022. So that's really good. And they've just consistently grown. And so it doesn't look like online betting, horse racing is going away. We put together an external analysis. Some of the political factors that affect this company is regulatory environment and gambling and racing, local and federal regulations. Just like if they wanted to open up a race in Utah, it wouldn't be that easy because Utah has a lot of laws against gambling. So they always have to look into that. The impact of economic cycles on discretionary spending, inflation effects, because if we go into recession, people usually try to tighten the money that they're gambling with, so that affects them as well. Social, changing consumer preferences towards online betting, demographic shifts, generations have different preferences, so they have to kind of cater their product in a way that will still appeal years down the road. And technological advances in online gaming platforms, adoption of new technology in race betting, and then the Porter's 5 forces. Competitive rivalry is high due to numerous competitors in gaming and betting. It's a pretty big industry. Threat of new entrants, moderate, high capital requirements, and regulatory barriers. It's lucrative, but then, it's a lot of regulatory barriers to cross to be able to get in. Bargaining power of suppliers is low, standardized suppliers. Bargaining power of customers, moderate, numerous alternatives available. Threat of substitutes, high, other forms of entertainment and gambling. And then the internal analysis, I did a SWOT analysis on the Kentucky Derby, or Churchill Downs SWOT analysis. Their strengths, they have strong brand recognition, especially with the Kentucky Derby. They have diverse revenue streams across gaming, racing, and online platforms, as well as real estate. Weaknesses, high dependency on success of the Kentucky Derby, regulatory risks in the gaming industry. Opportunities include expansion into new markets and online platforms, strategic partnerships and acquisitions. Threats, economic downturn affecting consumer spending, and increased competition in the gaming industry. And then just a strategic overview It's their mission to provide premier racing, gaming, and entertainment experiences. Their vision is to be the leader in diversified gaming and entertainment. Their core values are integrity, excellence, customer focus, and innovation.
So, we wanted to explain a little bit about Churchill's Down, focusing on their key resources and resource gaps that significantly impact its sustainable competitive advantage. So, let's go ahead and start off with key resources. Firstly, let's get into their brand identity. The Kentucky Derby, hosted by Churchill Downs, is a globally recognized event. This prestigious race provides Churchill Downs with a substantial competitive edge, drawing international attention and establishing the venue as a premier destination in horse racing. Secondly is their financial stability. Churchill Downs has a consistent track record of profitability and strong revenue streams. This financial resilience allows them to invest in growth opportunities and effectively weather any economic fluctuations. Another crucial resource is their management expertise. The leadership team at Churchill Downs has deep industry knowledge and extensive experience guiding strategic decisions and maintaining high operational standards. This expertise ensures they remain at the forefront of their industry. In terms of tangible assets, their real estate holdings are invaluable. Owning iconic and strategically located properties such as the Churchill Downs racetrack enhances their market positioning and provides a unique venue that attracts visitors from around the world. They have also made significant investments in advanced IT infrastructure, cutting-edge technology for wagering, customer service, and operations management. Not only improves efficiency, but also enhances the overall customer experience, ensuring visitors are going to return year after year. Finally, their marketing capabilities are robust. With effective brand promotion strategies and a substantial advertising budget, they drive awareness and engagement, particularly for major events like the Kentucky Derby. This ensures their brand remains top of mind for horse racing enthusiasts globally. So next, on to resource gaps. They do face some gaps in their resources as well. One such gap is geographic dependency. Their heavy reliance on specific locations possesses risk if local markets decline, highlighting the need for geographic diversification in order to kind of help them out in that area. Another challenge is their high operating cost. Managing large events and expansive properties involves significant expenses, which could impact profitability, especially during economic downturns. Supply chain efficiency is also a concern. Potential bottlenecks and inefficiencies in the supply chain could disrupt operations, particularly during peak event times. Improving these processes is crucial for maintaining seamless operations. And lastly, they must focus on employee retention and training. Ensuring low turnover and providing continuous training programs are going to be essential for maintaining high service standards and operational consistency. A motivated and well-trained workforce is vital for delivering the exceptional experience that their guests kind of expect from them. So, kind of summarizing all of this, to achieve a sustainable competitive advantage, Churchill Downs must leverage its strong brand identity, financial stability, experience management, prime real estate holdings, advanced IT infrastructure, and effective marketing capabilities. Addressing resource gaps such as geographic dependency, high operating costs, supply chain efficiency, and employee retention is going to be vital for their long-term success and resilience in the competitive market.
Business strategies. Churchill Downs, over the years that it has been open, has worked very hard to differentiate themselves from others, to bring an experience and events that make it worthwhile to attend. These services, these derbies, these events have been going on for a very long time. Some of them, like the Kentucky Derby, have been major events that bring in many eyes from across the world. Through their ads, through their billboards, through their events, they're able to show off how amazing of a track they have, and what makes them worth attending and worth spending money on. Best value strategy. They are able to bring experiences and services to those in attendance, which increases their value and makes them different than others. They also have casinos on site and other services that are different than other tracks across the world, which also brings up their value and brings in new business. Through these events and through these services, we have people that are returning to future events that are also referring this track, Churchill Downs, and services to those that they know. This has been very effective for Churchill Downs in showing their casinos and tracks and bringing in new faces. This is all done to help distance themselves from others and eliminate competition. Competitors. Churchill Downs has competitors across the US and across the world. These competitors are all competing on who can bring the best experience to a derby or an event and make it worthwhile for people to re-attend. The twin spires that Churchill Downs has on the track is one major thing that has been highlighted since the opening in 1895. A banner is held in between these spires that is updated every year for the year. There's also a light that is shined on these spires every night to highlight them. Again, the Kentucky Derby is held every year and brings in many eyes, as that has been a major derby since its beginnings. These work very well for Churchill Downs and help them to stand out over other tracks.
Churchill Downs started as a company in 1875 with a racetrack where the Kentucky Derby started. Over the following 149 years, they've grown to a huge company with multiple business ventures, with the Kentucky Derby still going, as well as multiple casinos and online gaming centers and websites. They're still known for one of the most iconic horse racing venues in the world, which is the Kentucky Derby. It's known around the world as one of the most sought-after races in the world. Their company has strong values and objectives which help improve the company and venues year after year. As you can see throughout the rest of the slideshow, numbers and external analysis, internal analysis, everything shows that the company continues to progress and move forward and become a stronger company with bigger goals and more revenue year after year. They continue to try to find different ventures, different companies to acquire. So again, consistent growth in revenue and size over the last several years. Churchill Downs has earned a great brand recognition and have a rich history and traditions which attract a lot of attention. This is obviously mostly the Kentucky Derby, just because of the iconic location, the race itself, what it means to people, and being a part of such an event is very special, and it is very, very expensive to go to one of these races. So obviously you have a certain level of person going to these races, which obviously attract more and more people to try to attend these events. Multiple revenue streams in different areas of the country. This includes casinos and hotels, that obviously casinos bring in a ton of revenue, but also their hotels and then their iGaming, online gaming streams as well. Obviously, Kentucky Derby all their casinos, just Churchill Downs Incorporated as a company, they have a very strong reputation. And although there are many other companies and racetracks doing very similar things, the reputation and traditions that keep Churchill Downs on top of everyone else. So if you look through some of the competitors and other things like that, there are other people doing this kind of stuff. If you look at the Porter's Five Forces competitive rivalry, it's high because there's a number of competitors in both racing, gaming, and betting. Threats of new entrants, it's moderate. It's high capital requirement and regulatory barriers. Bargaining power of suppliers is low because there's just standardized suppliers. And then bargaining power of customers, it's moderate because there's a ton of alternates available, especially in other locations throughout the world and the nation. And then threat of substitutes is very high because other forms of entertainment and gambling keep coming up, especially with all the improvements in electronics and AI and all those kinds of things. Obviously, there are threats of substitutes, but with as strong a reputation as Churchill Downs has, they continue to be on top of everything.